We're back, and we are in our conclusion of Blood is Liquid Like Water in our story of Straight Out from Compton. And just for a little recap, in part one of our story, Straight Out from Compton, and viewers, chime in. Let me know if you feel that this story is fiction or if this story is a real story or not. But just for a brief recap, it's Cheryl Shauna, aka Sunshine Murray. Okay. Just for a brief recap, a mother runs out of the house. She starts yelling, ah, the familiarity of your loved one laying on the ground, and you definitely know that they're not breathing. She's running out and she's crying, they killed my baby, they killed my baby, and this man is laying on the ground. Okay, he's gone. The life support team comes. Everybody comes trying to save his life, giving him chest compressions. It didn't work. His baby mama runs up, screaming, "What did they do to my man?" It's just crazy. It's insane. The neighbors are out, and the murder investigators come on the scene. The morgue comes out to take the man's body, to prepare his body, to take his body away. It's just mayhem. The cops are going crazy. The neighborhood is going crazy. It's just mass hysteria on Rosecrans. Okay, straight out from Compton. All right, so just for extra recap, where we are now is that the investigators noticed that the neighbor right adjacent from the murder had a ring camera, and they approached her and she starts going off on them like, get the away from me, like get away from me, because I don't want nobody saying I seen nothing or know anything. And they was like, no, you need to run that footage, old girl, that's what you need to do. And she was like, you need to get a warrant for this footage. And she was all loud, she was like, anybody out here see me out here, I ain't talking to the police like that, they're approaching me, I don't got nothing to do with none of this. And she's like, this is just too much, it was overwhelming, this is happening often. She is ready, she's getting ready to move. And she was like, she don't want no issues, she don't want nobody doing anything to her coming into her house. Okay, so the night of the murder, there was just straight mayhem through the streets with the rival gangs, because it was retaliation, because everybody was like, this is the gang, related situation, this is the familiar setting of this. And the next morning after that, or the evening after that, the OGs, because this was an O that was laid out on, just gone, just OG, just gone. Okay, changed his life. This type of OG, he's just gone. And the other gang members had been. The other OGs and triple OGs in the community had been getting together, having meetings, doing a gang resolution type of situation, trying to talk to the younger gang members to calm them down, because it was just so much violence going on at the time, just too much everywhere you went. It was just insane. And um, the OGs had meetings and was saying, we didn't call no order out, we didn't do this. It was They was trying to figure out, was it one of the other younger gang members that just saw it as a challenge to get stars or badges or whatever you get, or tears under the eyes for taking out one of the OGs, taking out one of the homies, one of the OG homies. So now moving forward to the first 24 to 48 hours, the murder investigation team is trying to get in touch with the judge so they can get a warrant to get anybody who had a ring camera. They want to see the cameras that were out on the street and everything. They need evidence. They want to know who did this crime, what happened. So the investigator goes back to the neighbor's house the next day in the morning, and he doesn't have a warning anything. Knock, knock, knock. He knocks on the door, and she's like, "Who is it?" And he's like, it's Officer so and so from the homicide division. We need to talk to you." And then she said, "Go away. Didn't I tell you I don't want to have anything to do with this? Now you're putting my life in danger. Now you're at my door." She's like, "I'm not about to open the door for y'all because I don't know who did what around here. And I don't need nobody thinking I'm snitching or had anything to do. I didn't see anything and I don't know nothing." She was like, "Please just get away from my door. Like, get to stepping." And he was like, "Ma'am, it's either going to be the easy way or the hard way." He was like, "Because we have a search warrant for the footage on the ring camera on the way." She was like, "You can't do that. I know my rights. That's a violation to my personal property, blah, blah, blah." And he like, "Ma'am, I need to see what's on that ring camera. I need to see that footage. We need that footage." And he said, "It's either going to be my way or he's just basically saying, look, I'm about to run up in here and grab all that." So 10 or 15 minutes went by, and there it is. Then he got a text that the judge had released a warrant for the ring camera. So they get the ring camera footage, however that is. They look at it, but you can't notice anything on the camera. They're looking at it there at her home. And they was like, "Do you have any information or anything? Or did you hear anything? Or did you see anything?" And then she was like, "Well, a couple of days ago, there was a big party over there. I didn't see anything." But she was like, "I heard a man voice and I heard him arguing with several women voices. And that was it." And she said, and then the next night, which was the night that the young man was murdered, she said, "I think I heard the same voices arguing again." And as they began to look at the footage, it was really fuzzy, but they began to see an assailant there, standing there on the footage, and it was like a shape of a female. It wasn't even shape of a male because I everybody assumed this was gang related, that it was a male. I assume the same thing. Like, okay, so they start noticing that this is a woman's shape, a shapely woman. So now they got to use facial recognition and things like that, and contact the FBI because this was just a horrific murder. They can't, so it takes time to do that. So time went on, and about 3 or 4 days went by, then about a week went by, and the mother comes from out of her house and she goes next door, and she was like, knocked on the door, and they was like, "Hey," and she let her in. She was like, "What y'all talk about?" And then she was like, "Who?" She was like, "You and the homicide investigator. It's my son." She was like, "You can let me know what y'all talked about." And then she was like, "I told them, like I'm telling you, I don't see nothing, I ain't hear nothing, and I don't know nothing. I ain't nothing about to stop me from moving up out of here." She was like, "All this drama y'all got going on," she was like, "My condolences for your son, but I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm telling you that, like I told the investigators that, right?" And then she was like, "So what was on the footage?" And then she was like, "They couldn't even see the footage. The footage wasn't clear, blah, blah, blah." And so the mother went like, is you trying, what's up? Because I need to know. Because she was like, "That was my son, you know, out there, laid out." And then she was like, "Look, like I said," she was like, "I was nice enough to open the door for you and all, but now you got to go." So she opened the door and showed her what the door was. And then she was like, "Oh," the mother walked out. She was like, "This will be continued." So she goes next door, and it was just straight up drama, straight up drama now. And the neighbor is feeling like, "My God, this is not my issue. I don't have anything to do with this. Now here's all of this put down on me and my shoulders," right? So Things start to die out, and a couple of months go by, and bam, they got great footage. And what was on the footage blew their mind. They played the tape back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The homicide investigators was like, "Can you watch this? Did you watch this? Did you see this footage? Did you see this footage?" And everybody watched the footage, and everybody was like, "Oh my God. Like, what is going on? This is insane." So they began to prepare a warrant for murder. There's a knock on the door. Who is it? It's so and so county police department homicide division. Is so and so here? And the mother comes to the door and she said, "Yes, what is it?" And then they said, "Ma'am, you're under arrest for the murder of your son, blah, 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 blah." And she was like, "I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. You guys got the wrong person. You're trying to." They was like, "Ma'am, you're under arrest for the murder of your son." So what they saw on the camera didn't lie. The camera had all of the footage of the birthday party the day before, the next evening when the young man was shot. It had everything and it was clear. So the couple of days before there was a party, and I guess the young man's two of his baby mama came over, and his mama was just furious. She's tired of him. He's old. She just wants him to get out. Some of her things had came up missing. He's just so much drama, so much drama. And what was revealed on the ring camera, the voices that she heard the first night was the mother and arguing with the two baby mamas, telling them to get on and broke her window, and a lot of things went on, and they left skid marks on the grass. It was just horrible. They really showed they butt out there, right? Because one of the baby mamas caught the other baby mama over there. And the mother was saying, telling the neighbor was saying in the she heard the argument of the mother just telling the son, "You get on my nerves, you bring all this drama to my home. I am just so tired of you." And there was a physical altercation between the mother, the baby mamas, and the son. And so the next night, because the son was very, very disrespectful to his mom or whatever, and on the ring camera footage, the whole argument was there. The son walked out the house, the mother walked behind him, and he was like, you doing too much. You getting on my nerves. You putting me out." He had his bag. That's why his bag was on the ground. And he pushed his mom a couple of times and was calling her the B word and everything. And she pulled out her 22 and popped him up. And that's why she was yelling, "Oh, yeah, my son, they," because she was trying to get the neighbors and the first people and the first responders that came out to believe that someone else had did it, but she did it out of anger. Blood is liquid like water. Now, I thank you guys for tuning in to my story. Let me know in the comments if you believe this story is a true story or if it's a fiction. Let me know if you like these stories. And we're going to continue our series on blood. It's liquid like water tomorrow. But tomorrow, we're going to take a trip over to Canada. That's right. We're going to another country with blood is liquid like water. Tune in. It's your girl Cheryl Shauna, aka Sunshine Murray. If you like this content, hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. We're gonna be turning it up. It's getting up. We're gonna be telling some great stories, starting to use different ideas and things like that. And it was a pleasure just coming on as myself without any software, and you guys accepted me. I appreciate every person that subscribed. If you would like to see me doing crazy, funny stuff on TikTok, it's Cheryl Shauna on TikTok, CHERO space SHANNA. It's Sunshine Murray on Instagram, SUNSHINE space MURRAY. Cheryl Shauna on Twitter, and it's Cheryl Shauna on Facebook. Okay, it's Cheryl Shauna, aka Sunshine Murray. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to Blood Liquid Like Water.